Hello humans. Today I got this in the mail. I'm actually really excited about this. I've been waiting a couple weeks for it. So this is something from the Karis Pen Company. It has a little bit, I scraped off most of the shipping information, but plain cardboard box, nice burnable, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's like that paper shipping tape, so you can burn it, which I actually really do like. It makes these boxes very easy to recycle or burn because you don't need to worry about a bunch of needing to scrape off a bunch of tape or anything like that. So I just get to dig in, which is always a good time. Nice simple box. So many props for shipping it this way. Just like immediately out the box, we have plain cardboard box and like plain paper. I'm gonna use this to start my forge later. Love that. Inside of our shipping box, we have these things. So we have a plastic bag with steel nib, fine tip. It had nib test done. Oh, okay, so this is a writing sample containing all the letters of the alphabet. That's actually kind of neat. Sphinx of the Black Quartz, Judge My Vow. It's an alternative to the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog or whatever. I think that's way more metal. I think that's definitely cooler. We have 2 cartridges of what I am assuming are ink, and then a little microfiber cloth. And a sticker. I like stickers. Arizona, Mesa, Arizona. Karis Pen Company. That's pretty cool too. That can go up there. Create with quality. Okay. Again, I'm just going to be gushing over this because it's really cool. This is a gorgeous box. I like it. It's got simple, easy design work. No gloss, no stickers, nothing like that. But really clean. Made in Mesa. It's got the company there. It's very reminiscent of packaging from like the... Actually, hold on. This isn't technically packaging, but this is promotional material. This and this have the same vibe to me. Do I have some packaging material? I kind of do. Is this just becoming today's insanity enjoys packaging? Absolutely. But like, look at this. Le Nouveau, Triumph, Hansen. These have a similar vibe to me. I think this looks super, super good. All right, let's put a little Watson lighter back. And let's get into it. Little details, you've got right down there. Again, this is just a plain cardboard box, which I really do appreciate. Inside you have foam, which makes sense. But like, this and the little plastic baggies is the total waste for this particular product, which I'm really impressed with. I like it when small businesses do this right, and I definitely think that this was done right in this case, which is super duper cool. The only thing I don't think was necessary was the microfiber cloth getting its own baggie, but whatever. All right, now the pen itself. Oh man. All right. This is a very substantial feeling item. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. As you can see, just even before I open this up, you've got this really nice, substantial looking pocket clip. I'm actually really excited about that. A little bit of spring to it. The whole thing, yeah, that's a milled pocket clip. 2 big screws. Feels very substantial. The whole thing is in brass. It'll patina to me over time, which I really like. And you've got little machining marks, which again, I just really appreciate. Oh, man. That's really nice. It doesn't post. It threads in. And that last quarter turn, I don't know how to describe it. It's seats. That's exactly what it is. The rest of the threading is nice. It's light. It's pretty much what you'd expect from good threading. but the last quarter or so turn, it seats into place, and it just feels really, really well put. Very nicely done. You can see the inside of the cap. It's all milled out. That's good looking. All right. Then we have a copper barrel, or yeah, I believe that's what it is. A copper barrel with a brass body, potentially. Ooh. We have the Karas Pens logo on the nib. That's a very cool Art Deco almost inspired design too on the nib. I really like this thing. All right. Does it have ink in it already? I think so. Oh, okay, so it's a plunger. The only thing that would have been nice is some like details around how exactly this works. Because truth be told, I actually don't know. I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to fountain pens. I have exactly 2 of them. Neither of them are particularly quote unquote nice. So this is, I'm actually kind of at a loss with what I'm supposed to do now, and I don't want to break anything. But does this unthread? Okay, I am going to look into this and then sort out. These are little ink pieces, cartridges. Okay. Let's see if I can sort out what I'm supposed to do with these guys, because I'm fairly certain these are ink cartridges. They certainly look like it. Probably black ink. Okay. I am going to go and sort out how exactly I am supposed to use this. I will be back as soon as I figure that out. Okay, so near as I can tell, this is for use with like a if you have like a vial of ink that you like using, this is for use with that. Stick it in. And then near as I can tell. However, I actually don't have a vial of ink right now. I am planning on getting some. But instead, we have this guy, which near as I can tell is just push the ball in and then reassemble, and I should be good to go. So this is either going to make a huge mess or work. No going back now. So like I said, this doesn't post or anything like that, which is honestly, this pen doesn't need it. It is substantial feeling enough that I do not feel like I am lacking. But I know I'm not diving into the deep end in like the sense of going straight to like a high-end pen or something like that, but this is still pretty exciting for me. Hey, so this ended up causing a bunch of issues. I ended up spending quite a bit of time trying to figure out how to get the pen to work, and basically what I needed to do is put ink in it and wait for a couple minutes just for the ink to flow through the pen. So I sped this up for you guys. There we are. All right. Anything important on this page? Not really. So that, I think my issue is just it takes a little bit for the ink to flow through, but I'm not 100% sure. feels good. If it, I mean, I'm not necessarily a fast writer by any means, but I mean, the flow feels good. I can definitely see how somebody who's significantly quicker than me and on nicer paper by the feel of it is getting these really clean, this really clean writing sample. But let's see if I can do a little bit better. Yeah, so this is keeping up to me with absolutely no issue. We're going to ignore the fact that I evidently cannot keep up with my brain in terms of writing. But I mean, as long as you have any, I'm out of, well, I can use this page too. Pressure on so yeah, as long as you have like any type of pressure whatsoever on the nib, it seems to be working very well. It doesn't have the same like sharpness that a rollerball has, but to be perfectly honest, I think this is leaving me with a really good looking writing sample. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm excited. I'm going to use this guy for a little bit, as I do most new products. Oh, that seats so nicely. But like, look at this boy. It's a little chunky, it's a little heavy. I think it's extremely good looking. I am really excited to get more use out of this, kind of in general. And I'm also excited to pick up some fancy pen colors and assorted to play with. But for now, I'm going to go out into the world with this for a little bit and see if I can get myself some more complete feelings about it. And we are back. So I've been playing with this guy for a couple of weeks now. I had it consistently in my pocket every day for about 2 weeks. And then in this last week, I've kind of been switching it in and out from a regular ballpoint pen. And I gotta say, I've discovered a lot about my pen preferences in this time period. The first thing that I've really noticed upon switching back is how nice the extra weight of this full brass body really is. It makes all of my writing feel very flowy, very controlled. And it just is I find it very pleasant to have something so solid feeling in my hand. Which, you know, that's going to be a pluses or minuses thing. But for me personally, it's a huge plus. I find it really comfortable. It works well in the pocket, which is super important. And like this hand grip area is super comfortable. The barrel is super comfortable. I found it really easy to write with. I found it incredibly nice. I didn't unthread at any point during my use. The pocket clip screws remained good. Barrel threading remained good. Nothing ever came undone when it wasn't supposed to. It did patina, as you can see. The copper especially has patinaed quite a bit, and then the body has patinaed a little bit as well. The biggest thing is going to be the machined finish didn't last very long. That doesn't surprise me whatsoever, and I actually kind of like this sort of more worked brass look as it has been grown into. I'm finding this incredibly cool over time. Like, and yeah, it's only been, 3 odd weeks, but it's super nice to write with. It doesn't waste very much ink. Like, I haven't needed to replace my cartridge. And I don't do tons of writing on the day-to-day. I do, like, I fill out my time card, I write down any ideas I have, I write down my weld specs whenever I'm doing a part that I haven't worked on before, or if I need to change what was working well for a part that I have done, modifications to my notebook, stuff like that. I use it very consistently for that kind of stuff. But in general, I don't do a ton of writing, so it's not that surprising that it's lasted this long, but I am still quite fond of that. I think that fountain pens generally can have a harder time with prolonged use. I find they run out faster than ink pens, especially if you have one of the Fisher Space Pen cartridges in there. Like the Fisher Space Pen cartridges just last forever. So there is sort of that to take into account of some level. But yeah, like overall, I'm really liking the way this is wearing in. I'm finding it quite comfortable. It is long enough to fit nicely in my hand for writing. It doesn't post, so this is the length that you get. You don't get any more, you don't get any less out of it. But, and the other thing too is that the distance between where your hand is designed to grip and your actual pen tip, where the ink is coming out of, I'm finding to be really, really nice. There are some pens, especially antique pens, that I find they can't quite get that balance. Or you need a pen with a longer barrel, like my everyday pen, where you can choke up if you have a shorter hand, or you can choke way back if you have a longer sort of writing angle. So this is angled surfaces, great for pens. So this is really going to come down to if it fits you. It fits super nice. I personally found it fit amazingly, which made me quite happy. Now for some quick size comparisons. This pen doesn't post, but my everyday carry pen does. As you can see, the everyday carry pen is about 1/2 inch longer. Here it is next to a number 2 pencil. As you can see, it is quite a bit smaller than a number 2 pencil. This is unused, just I use it as a reference. And then we have a Sharpie marker. And posted, you can see the Sharpie marker again is about 1/2 inch longer, which means unposted, the Sharpie marker is a little bit shorter, about 1/4 inch shorter. So not a huge amount, but there is a little bit of a difference there. And then next to my Stillform Aeon, I love this pencil so much. It is very similarly length to the pencil. The pencil is ever so slightly longer, but not by a very wide margin whatsoever. And then we're going to have our Zebra. This is, I always forget the model numbers in the Zebra. I think this is like the 701. Retractable ballpoint. Very, very similar length to the 701. And then last but not least, we have my General Supply Co. ballpoint pen, or fountain pen, and it might actually be the exact same length as the fountain pen. Ink flow felt really good the whole time I was using it. In general, it was a very, very comfortable pen to use the entire time that I was using it. I really was a huge fan of the added weight, which is going to be kind of hit or miss for people. The pocket clip, amazing milled pocket clip, sinks into the pocket, good retention, like didn't matter what I was doing, this stayed exactly where it was in my pocket, which is always quite nice thing. And yeah, overall, it is a little bit much to pay for a pen, but this has, I think at this point, effectively replaced my everyday carry, unless I'm like traveling or something like that, where I don't necessarily have access to fountain pen ink. But I think in general, this has replaced my EDC. This is an extremely nice pen to use. And despite the fact that I do quite like the Phoenix TI5, or T5 Ti, word salad. I do quite like this pen, but after using something a little bit heavier, a little bit more substantial in the hand, and something that is so smooth to write with, I think that this ends up getting replaced. So yeah. Overall, this is an absolutely phenomenal pen. I think it's a great choice for kind of getting into fountain pens. For me, I believe I paid 160 Canadian bucks, 170 Canadian bucks maybe with shipping and all that shabazz, but I thought it was quite reasonable, and it feels like something that is going to be usable for an extremely long time, which is quite nice. There's tons of different styles. There's different colored steel options. I believe there's a titanium option. There's a copper option. So if brass isn't your thing, or if you want something a little bit lighter, like I said, this is quite heavy, which I personally like, but I understand that not everybody does. Yeah. So in general, I would absolutely put this as a recommended if you have any interest in carrying or even starting a fountain pen collection. Freaking phenomenal. Stay safe and have fun out there. Peace.